Hi everyone, I'm Lara and this is the Yearning Void podcast, episode number 2. I'm coming to you from Kiel in northern Germany and we had quite the amount of snow this week. It's been like, 20-25 centimeters, which is a lot for northern Germany. I mean, the people who live here always say like, oh, we don't have a real winter, like we don't have huge amounts of snow or very low degrees, but actually it's a thing every year here. I'm positioned right in front of the window, so I'm always taking a look outside and the cars are, there's snow everywhere. In the trees, on the cars, in the streets. People are like walking around in their heavy boots. And it's beautiful, but it's also a little annoying. I mean, I had to walk to go to work last week a couple times because I couldn't use my bike. It was just too much. It's not a long way, so I don't care. But yeah, we had temperatures from 0 to a negative 12 degrees Celsius last week. And today when I woke up this morning, it was a negative 10. But next week it shall get warmer and it will be raining. There's rain in the forecast again and I don't like it. I would love to have the snow like all winter long until April, and then we can get right into spring and 17 degrees Celsius, I don't know. Oh yeah, right. First and foremost, I'd like to thank everyone for the overall positive feedback to my first episode. It was unexpected to me. I kind of expected maybe some of my friends from Instagram or Twitter or something, like my closest friends and followers would watch this episode and maybe subscribe to my channel, but they were all like, I don't know. I don't actually find words because I'm so happy. There were a lot of people who I didn't know before who subscribed to my channel and left a comment or a thumbs up. Very, very lovely comments, like really overall positive. And that made me want to film more episodes quickly. And I wanted to film this episode like 2 weeks ago, but yeah, there were some troubles, like I felt under the weather and I was stressed out and I just didn't feel it, But now I have to show off some things. I want to keep it rather short today because I didn't knit or craft or whatever much. I mean, for some people it is much. For me, it's just like, I spent some hours or days playing Pokemon on my Nintendo Switch. Or read something, and that's okay as well. I even wrote like a concept for today's episode. I try not to focus too much on this, because if I do, I will just rush through it. It wouldn't be authentic or like the real me. And the real me is very chatty, especially on a random Sunday. I don't know when you will watch this episode, when you will be able to. Because last episode, the first one, was also my first time editing a video, and it took me like 1.5 days to do that. So maybe today I will be a little faster because I know the program I do the editing with, and I saved some files to put into the video. But I'm still a rookie, and struggling until I find my way. But I guess it will get better soon. With every episode it will get a little better. I adjusted my video resolution, so that was something I just realized when I was editing the last episode, that the resolution of my video camera on my iPhone was very low, because usually when I'm taking videos, they're like, 5-second videos of my child who does something funny, or my cats. So I don't need a high resolution, and I don't need the videos to take up much space on my SD card or in the cloud. But I realized that filming this episode requires a little better resolution. So that's what I've done here. I wanted to check the video on my watch, but apparently it closed the app. Oh yeah, here I am. Hi. Today I'm sitting in my bedroom on my very bed on my bed. Oh god, this is ridiculous. That's because my boyfriend's at home and I wanted to use some natural light. I don't use any artificial lights today. I hope it's gonna be okay. You can see everything. I hope the light is not too white. Oh no. There are people walking down the streets with suitcases in the snow. It's so funny. Oh my god. I'm sorry. You might be able to see the parts on the walls where my cat, who is a very big menace, scratched at the wallpaper. Every morning he wakes up and he demands his food, so he tends to scratch on the walls, and that's ugly. Everywhere in the apartment there are those ugly spots, like there's barely a wall without his scratches, only the parts where the furniture is placed, so you can't reach the walls. All the other walls are bizarrely scratched and damaged. So yeah, maybe what you see is ugly. It's the ugly truth of my home, and I'm now feeling confident enough to show you around a little. Today I'm also wearing my favorite sweater. Last time I told you all that my sorrel sweater I was wearing in the last episode would be probably my new favorite sweater. This is my actual favorite sweater. I knitted in October 22. It's hand spun. It was my first attempt on spinning a woolen yarn. I don't think that I was very what's the word? Successful, yeah. I don't think I was very successful with the with this project. So with the spinning, with the actual woolen spinning, with the long draw, I took a coom top, which was, what was it? BFL coom top, and I painted it with the dye and with a white paintbrush, and it didn't take the dye very well. I wanted to achieve a very saturated brown and orange and yellow situation, but as you can tell, the colors are mainly neutral, and that's usually nothing that I like to wear. The black bits you can see is actually some black baby alpaca I had laying around from back when I was purchasing my spinning wheel secondhand. The person who owned it before just added some cardings, some beds of different breeds, and there were also like 2 packs of, I guess, was it 100 grams each of this black baby alpaca, and I decided to use it with this BFL. So I had my painted tops and my carded baby alpaca, and I made some Rolex on my blending board. And I thought Rolex are, one of the best fiber preps for spinning a long draw, but I just didn't have practice in spinning long draw. So this is a rather funky yarn, prone to pilling, as you might see. I don't know if it's visible to you, but nonetheless, it's my favorite. It's cozy, it's squishy, it's very warm, very, very warm. And every time, you know, in the summer when I stored it in my closet and didn't see it for like a couple months, and then back in, I don't know, last month, I took it out and saw it again for the first time in almost half a year, and I thought, oh, I need to over dye it. It's so, I don't know, so boring. Neutral colors are just not my vibe. And then I put it on again in front of the mirror and just thought, oh, it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. It's perfect the way it is. All funky and pilly and whatever. It's just the best. And yeah, Nurtured sweater by Andrea Mowry. Did I mention it when I started talking about the sweater? I don't know. It's the Nurtured sweater by Andrea Mowry, because Andrea Mowry is my favorite designer. I'm not getting tired of mentioning that. So yeah, anything else? What I have been up to? A couple of weeks ago, I spent a lovely evening with my best friend because it was his birthday and I wanted to invite him for dinner. It's in the footage you saw in my episode intro. We were having some Asian street food in a restaurant, not on the streets. We had coffee in advance. Then after dinner we wanted to get some dessert, but the restaurant we visited, they don't have any dessert on their menu. So we thought, well, it's like past 8, where can we get some cake? And then we went to a cafe/bar and we had a slice of cake, and I had a drink for the first time in, I don't know how many. I think the last time I had a drink was last Christmas, maybe? I don't know, long time ago. I didn't drink much alcohol. So yeah, it was very, very beautiful evening I spent with my bestie. It's always always great to spend time with him. And years ago, pre-COVID, we usually we usually would go to Starbucks like once a week, have a coffee, and I was knitting, he was drawing, or sometimes I even like tried to draw or tried, I don't know, urban sketching. But it's not my thing actually. I am better with yarn than with a pen and paper. Yeah, that was lovely. And oh yeah, I already baked some Christmas cookies with my little one, but they are long since gone. We finished two sheets of cookies in no time. They were vanilla crescents, and these are like, yeah, my favorite Christmas cookies. So this morning I already prepared a new batch of cookie dough to make another round of vanilla crescents today. And in the next couple weeks until Christmas, I have like 3 other recipes I want to try for different Christmas cookies, and I'm very excited because I usually never bake Christmas cookies. It's just another thing that I don't really like to do. But this year I'm craving delicious cookies. So, and also now that my kid is 5 and is turning 6 in March, so like they're more like a 6-year-old than a 5-year-old. It's just pretty funny to do things like baking or cooking together. Yeah, and I'm excited for that. I'm just in a very comforting, warm Christmas mood, and I can't wait for Christmas. I love Christmas. So yeah, what does it say? Oh, there we are, finished objects. I finished the 2 Harlow heads by Andrea Mowry that I wanted to knit as Christmas gifts for 2 family members. They're right in front of me, and I just realized I made a mistake, and I hate it. I hate the mistake. I'm just showing you. I show you the side without the mistake. Pardon me. I already wove in the ends, but I didn't wash and block the heads yet, so the yarn ends are just sticking out. This is the first one. In my first episode I had like little part of it already, and now this is finished. Now, yeah, I show you. There it is. I don't know what happened there, but yeah, nobody will notice. Nobody will notice. Yeah, this is actually the inside of the hat. I like it more than the outside, so I picked the favorite color of the recipient for the inside, and that's what I'm showing you now. The crown, very beautiful shaped. That's the actual outside. Now inside, and yeah, again, this is a hand dyed by me sock base, so it's 75% wool and 25% nylon. And I'm also disappointed with the outcome of this rather light denim blue color, because it should have been a sage color, and I aimed for a sage color, and this is definitely not sage, but yeah, it's okay. Nobody's perfect. I don't have to be perfect. My knits don't have to be perfect, right? Right. And the second one also ends woven in, but not finished yet. Now I'm showing you the actual outside, not the not the inside, which will be the outside. So this is a, I don't know, purplish red, whatever, burgundy, gray, and some light blue, again kind of denim vibe with green and yellow speckles. So now, here's the thing about the Harlow heads. I already knit now 4 of them this year, and I don't know if it's an issue of my tension or the brioche pattern, but can you actually see that the stitchers are, they are not straight, they're like spiraling around the head, around the circumference, and I don't know what causes it. I'm pretty sure that it will vanish after blocking, because on my first Harlow head I don't think that such a spiraling is any more visible now. I first realized this issue when I knit the Harlow head with 1 strand of handspun yarn, like only 1 color. And I thought it was because of the twist, because my yarn wasn't very balanced, etc. But this is not a handspun yarn, and it happens anyway. But yeah, it might be. It might disappear after blocking. I hope so. And if not, again, it's not perfect, and that's okay. So yeah, these are my only finished objects, and yeah, that's okay. I mean, when did I start? 3-4 weeks ago, and these are not the only projects I've been knitting on. So, and I mean, not even the only things that I've been doing. I wish. But no, I have been knitting, so my first work in progress. I have been knitting away on this huge cardigan. I have to say the word again, the Marled Mania cardigan by Stephen West, aka West Knits. It's hard to put it in focus in the camera, because it's huge in circumference. Oh wait, I just have to make sure that the right side is outside and not inside. So we are 46 rows into the body. I don't know how well you can see this. I can check in the mirror. So yeah, this is the huge yoke, knit up in a dark green, hand-dyed sock base yarn and some drops kid mohair in a dark green color. It was tedious. It took forever to knit. Like, I didn't think that I could finish it, just because it was so freaking boring. This rib pattern that starts with the with a 2x2 and then a 3x3, and then a 4x4, and then a 5x5, and that's only because it's size medium. If I did a size large, then I would have had to knit another however many rows of a 6x6 ribbing, and these are way over 400 stitches, which is huge, but it's beautiful. Now, since I split for the sleeves, I am knitting a, how does he call it, Stephen West? Faded marl, I guess. You're holding two strands of sock yarn together. So this stripe is color 1 and 2, and then you change one color. So this is color 2 and 3. Now we are into color 3 and 4. And I have to knit another repeat, so 2 rows of color 3 and 4, and then I will cut color 3 and add color 5 to color 4. And so it goes. And this is the part that I love the most, you know, the marling magic that's happening. I think I chose the right color palette for me, and I can't wait to finish it. It will take some time though. But it's beautiful and squishy, and the garter stitch is yeah. I wish you could feel what I feel now. Yeah, this is the Marled Mania cardigan. I mainly focused on knitting this one, so I didn't make huge progress. I mean, I almost made no progress at all on my Birch pullover. Uh-oh. Oh shit. Ooh, I didn't want to say that. I'm sorry. No swear words here. But I lost a couple stitches. Fortunately, this is a very lofty woolen spun yarn, which makes it pretty easy to catch those stitches again. But to be honest, half fisherman's rib is nothing I love to do surgery on. There you go. Yeah, somewhere in between. It seems like oh no, there it is. That's my beginning of round, I guess. I have no idea. Yeah, still this far, nothing special. It just doesn't feel important for me to finish this right now. Just any sweater feels not so important. It feels good to knit this. I know that I will be finishing it someday, but now, I mean, what's more me? This or that? I think it's clear that that's more of my vibe, and this is just a plain old sweater. Okay, that's about my FOs and my whips. What else? My plans for the end of the year and maybe for the next year. You know, I love to make plans. I love to plan projects, but there comes the ADHD part of my brain that just wants to do everything else but the projects that are planned. I will cast them on like tomorrow at work or something. Oh, right. There it is. Oh, my little duck. The beginning of round marker of my Birch pullover, and because I lost the stitches, I have no idea where my beginning of round is. Oh no, that's horrible. Now I'm annoyed. Right. I will cast on another Harlow hat. I think it will be the last one this year. For my child. In, I guess, by the end of spring, like in May or something, my child said, "Mama, next year, next fall, I need 2 new hats. One shall be striped in red and orange because their actual still fitting beanie is a jersey beanie with orange and red stripes. And the other one shall be neon green and pink." Okay, neon green, got it. Neon green, neon-y, whatever. This is a leftover from my Rumble Raglan I made this summer. And I don't own pink yarn. I don't want to dye pink yarn because I don't like pink. But my little one doesn't get tired of telling everyone that they love all the colors. So I thought purple it is. Also hand-dyed sock yarn, which I used in my own first Harlow hat. And this will make a great color combo for them. Yeah, this will be lovely. They will love it. And that's like my next project will be starting tomorrow, I guess. I had the plan, I still have the plan to read a couple pages in my books here and there because I got so many books and I always knit and don't want to stress about knitting and just rather read. And I did. I mean, it's not a huge book. It's a total of 341 pages, and now I am on page 209. That's okay. I didn't start the book when I talked about it last time that I plan on reading regularly, and I didn't read regularly, but there are mornings on which I spend like half an hour reading, and some evenings I didn't want to knit and didn't want to watch shows, so I read instead. And I'm not the fastest reader, especially when it comes to English novels, but I started to enjoy it. This is Acceptance by Jeff Vandermeer. I don't know how you pronounce it correctly. It's the third part of the Southern Reach trilogy, and you might especially know the first one, Annihilation, because it was a movie on Netflix a couple of years ago. But as always, or most of the time, the story in the novel is yeah, widely different from the movie. But from all three novels, I guess this last one is my favorite, and I plan on finishing it soon, before Christmas, because in the last week of December, over New Year's Eve, we are having kind of a small family vacation with my boyfriend's parents, and I want to take another novel by the same writer, by Jeff Vandermeer, with me. You know, when you finish a sentence and you have no idea how this sentence started? That's what happened. So yeah, finish this, start the next one. And then maybe next year I will be just like prepared to read more, get in the right mindset and headspace and whatever you call it. I also read a couple chapters in a book called Attainable, Sustainable by Kris Bordessa. It's a National Geographic it's not sponsored. I don't know how you call it. It's a book by National Geographic and written by Kris Bordessa, and it's about crafts you might want to know, you might want to achieve to live a sustainable lifestyle. And although there are many things I already know and already do, like, you know, cooking from scratch, fermentation, breaking sourdough bread, knitting, something like that, sewing, embroidery, it's just very interesting to learn a couple new things. I am now in the chapter Make, which comes after Eat, and it's about things like basket making and what else? Yeah, natural dyeing, and also, oh yeah, that's so interesting. You know those little sachets with those silica gel beads you can put into storage containers to keep your staples, like, I don't know, dried beans or dried mushrooms, etc., dry. In this book, Kris Bordessa tells you how to sew those little sachets yourself from fabric scraps and those silica gel beads, and I ordered them. They are right now at the post office waiting for me to pick it up, but I will do that, and yeah, I will tell you everything about it when I'm done, because I thought it wouldn't be just interesting to keep my my dried food staples dry, but also, cannot see now, but in my bedroom there are those I've got those IKEA plastic boxes with the lids to store everything in. Like, there's my yarn, there's parts of my fabric, but also I store my shoes in those boxes. I might throw in such a silica gel sachet, maybe a bigger one, with my shoes, so they can stay dry. They're can't be mold or something, like bad odors, you know, smell. I hope that's a clever idea. I ordered 1 kilogram of those beads, so yeah, I've got enough to keep everything dry. And you can use them again, because you can dry them in the oven on a lower temperature for like an hour or 2, and then they are dried again, and you can use them again for your storage items. I love the idea. Yes, I can recommend the book. I'm currently reading it on my ebook reader, and yeah, it's interesting. I always want to lead the most sustainable lifestyle which is possible for me, and I love to make additions to my everyday life to be more sustainable. That's it for today. I hope that I will be able to film another episode before Christmas. I am willing to do so. I am willing to make some things. Oh, I didn't tell you about my apple cider vinegar. I made some apple cider vinegar like 3 weeks ago, and it's very exciting because it's a fermentation process I never did before. I had some apples left in our backyard on the apple tree, and I just cut them in big slices and put them in a jar, added some sugar and water, and yeah, that's what the recipe in the Attainable Sustainable book calls for. And it said that after 4 weeks you should strain the fruit, and then you should or might have also generated no, I mean the ferment, the produce will have oh god, this is horrible, produced a vinegar mother. There's a bird. There was a bird in front of my window, and it was like hovering like a hummingbird. But there are no hummingbirds in Germany, and also not at a negative -2 degrees. It's getting warmer and warmer. Like crazy. Okay, the ACV. Yesterday when I checked it, it almost looked like there's going to grow some mold on it, and I hope it doesn't. It would be a shame. It smelled so great, and I don't necessarily want to use it for myself, like cooking, but for cleaning the house. And if it doesn't, no, if it does work, and if I get the mother, you know, the starting culture for a new batch, that I can just throw in all the fruit scraps that I produce in a week or in a month, and I can add it to the ferment and create some weird fruit vinegars. Like it's a little like in Stardew Valley in the game, where you can throw everything together to create anything, any recipe. Yeah, fruit vinegar for cleaning the house. That's my goal for 2024. So yeah. I wanted to keep this episode short. I realized that it's not the case. Thank you for watching. I hope you're having a great time. I hope you're healthy and in a Christmas mood or not. I hope that you have time to make beautiful things, create anything you like, baking, cooking, knitting, journaling, reading, writing, whatever you love. I hope you have a great time, and I will see you soon. Bye.